You ever find yourself in the muck? You ever find yourself right in there? Right in there? Just egoically and logically just getting in there and duking it out with yourself and with others? Well, I'm here to tell you that we have learned lineage after lineage after lineage that we are to use our logical, egoic self and to balance that through education and programming, which really honestly doesn't teach you the debate of reasoning. Not truly. Because we've forgotten the most important factor and essence of self, which is our intuitive guidelines. We haven't even gotten in there to even know what those guidelines are because we've been taught to override it, to jump that hurdle. Gotta go with, all the other egoic, logical minds out there and follow that path. And so we're in this space and place right now where we're pulling away from that. We're saying, you know what? I got to go with that inner gut feeling. I gotta pull away. Thank you, logical egoic mind. I appreciate you. I do. But if we're going to learn to live in harmony, I got to balance and counterbalance the dis-ease that I wasn't even aware that was really there until now. Because the more and more I hear about intuitive gut feelings, the more I'm seeing and sensing that other people are awakening to that's more of your authentic God source essence and spark of the real me. But I'm not going to know that for sure till I step away and start building the syllabus, the guidance, the instructional manual. I start following that, and then I can decide where I land. Does that feel better to me? And is that creating less harm when I follow that inner guidance system? I'm here to tell you I'm living, breathing proof of it. I put together those fractals of self at a very young age. And I knew that all this external stuff had its place, but it didn't need to be the driving force. It didn't need to be the primary. And your intuition it wasn't secondary, folks. It was hidden so far back that you didn't even know it had a spark of light. But now we're here to bring it forward. And as we're bringing it forward, we're sort of taking the logical, egoic, beautiful self, and we're just saying, okay, hey, I'm going to get in the driver's seat now, and I'm going to follow this intuitiveness. I'm going to really tap into that. And then you're going to learn primary and secondary. And then you're going to learn how to work synergistically together as one unit. Wow. What a combination. So while many are out there teaching that this part is the only way, and now this part of this part, the ego, needs to be destroyed. No, folks. It's right now, it's there. It's got your counterbalancing tail. Okay? So it has some reasoning to it, and you're accustomed to dialoguing with it. But you need to open up this dialogue, which may feel like a foreign language. And then you're going to need to counterbalance with it. And then each of them are going, hello, hello. What can we talk about today? What would be of the best interest today? Be like little puppets talking to each other, little fragments of the you, of who you truly are, in the full essence of who you are, coming into a stronger fulcrum. So now you're a little bit of everything, understanding that you're a little bit of everything, and then you're not so quick to dive into the muck. Now, I know a lot of stuff. I know it. But I don't feel like I need to push the trap door to point out, who's preaching out false light. And I got to call them out because that's this side of my And then sometimes I find I'll bypass it for a long time and someone will post out and I'm like, duh. Like, hello. Like, y'all didn't see Controlled Operative or someone who's been leading you down a path of controlling you? You're not seeing that? But the more people that attend and subscribe and sponsor, the larger these people get in their platforms and the harder it is for them to be taken down. But they will be taken down. All will be exposed. Promise you. Just know that maybe that's not the muck you need to be in. Maybe you need to work a little bit more on fortifying your fort, your house, your hood. Making sure that you're fine-tuning all of your human sensories and all of your energetic sensories. How about that? So you're a stronger station. Picking up all these frequencies and going, I don't think so. That one's not going to be tuned. Nah, I don't think so. Okay, let me listen. Well, all right. Let's listen to that. And then filter it through your sensory systems. We learn attention deficit disorder and dis-ease by flipping all over the place because we're not allowing all of the physical sensories and the energetic sensories to even calibrate any of it. So it winds up ricochet rabbiting all over and getting stored all over. And it comes back up when little triggers are hit. How are you going to know your place in any space if you honestly don't know the beauty of this avatar that houses everything? I can't stress it enough. How are you going to be sure in those footings when you stand up for something or you stand for something without even engaging in any way? You feel strong enough that whatever winds or tsunamis or cyclones of chaos are going on around you, how strong can you stand? How comfortable can you actually be in this physical human? The more you start to play with the real human, because you came here to experience humanism in your uniqueness. That's just like everybody else. That's how unique you are, because you're just like everybody else. What makes you different is the spiritual experiences that your living, breathing consciousness that never dies is having inside this machinery. Let me say that again. Every human is the same. They just might be different shapes and sizes. What makes you different is the spiritual experiences of your living, breathing consciousness that has never exited anywhere. It just keeps collecting data and experiences through all of its lifetimes. So tuning in and how to operate this vehicle, this beautiful body, body that embodies all of it, embodies the soul of self. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to learn it from some book. You stop, drop, sit, you connect with that breath. And you bring the awarenesses in closer, fortify them, strengthen them, anchor them before you send them all out here. And you're missing a lot. You got people out here saying, oh, I've been holding the fort. I've been holding the fort down energetically. We're all holding the fort down energetically. Whether you know it or not, you're here as an anchor, as a physical being. You are anchoring. So you're constantly being a conduit for all of it. But to actually realize that you can be in control of this conduit. And you can say what you will allow to filter through. And then how you allow that filtration system to neutralize, transmute, release, let go, forgive on behalf of self and others like self. So you soften a lot of the information. So now maybe it can hang out a little bit so that you can learn how to transcribe it. Because you're not just on intercepting. You're choosing a little bit more. And the more power that you give this innate, intuitive essence of self, the bolder, the stronger, the more harmonized, the more it's able to balance and counterbalance everything else. It's a tool for that part of self to use. It's tools. The more you practice, the more you hone it in, the more you skill it, the more proficient and efficient you become without being bogged down by the spiritual bumper cars and the energetic bumper cars and the physical bumper cars that you're playing all day called LIFE. It's your choice on where you want to live. It's your choice on where you choose to live. When you whack out your nervous system, and your adrenals are getting fried because there's just so much, you're all out here. Because something that occurs out here goes before it even gets here. It's like electric shock therapy, 24/7. And it comes in so minutely that you might not notice it until all of a sudden. Now, the energies that are really coming in right now are revving us up. But they're revving us up to get us more into that neutral space so that we can see the multitude of paths and choose accordingly. And to know whatever choice you make isn't incorrect. You may get a few feet into one path and go, thank you. I'll turn around. Oh, thank you. I'm going to go left. Oh, thank you. I'm going to rise above. Oh, thank you. I'm going to go below. I'm going to go right. I'm going to spin here for a little bit. I'm going to see what this feels like. Because I'm learning my innate abilities, right? To see, sense, and feel. So I can come to a determination. how I feel at this time. You hit a dead end, a block wall, or whatever, you can turn around. You can turn around. There's no incorrect path if you are following and giving more juice to the intuitive. And as you give it more juice, the egoic, logical, mental will back up a little bit and allow it to catch up. So you may lead, you may follow, you may lead, you may follow, but you will find balance and counterbalance. And you will decide which one ultimately makes the decisions. And you will accept those decisions because you took full participation in it, whether it felt good, bad, or indifferent. You will learn that you can work these petals within self by commanding it so. And there will be times where you'll be 10 and 2 locked in there. And then you may come on down. And you may come on down. That's right. May not be all locked up there. Some people are 12 and 12. Things can't flow when you're all locked up. Focus on breath work. Focus on stretching as much as possible because this is old material. It's kind of gunked up in here. So you're releasing it to allow restricted blood flow areas to have flow. Restricted energy areas or blockages to have flow. Again, restricted blood flow now has flow. Restricted energetics now have flow. Blockages can now be released because you command it so. I command that I am of all that I am. That I am a beautiful parcel package. That I present all of me all the time. And my innate divinity is in this beautiful avatar and all of its tools to maneuver. I command to be activated through my intentions of activation. I intentionally activate my commandership. I intentionally activate my divine commandership. Like, subscribe, and share. And you all know where to find me if you want some sessions to get in here. Get maneuvering with it. Unblock. Let some more flow in. Flow and glow. Flow and glow. Flow and go. Flow and glow. You've got this. All right. Bye.